It's another beautiful day, and you guys, XRP is ripping and roaring. The coin is literally about to explode. You know, it's actually crazy how in just a few months, XRP has completely recouped its losses resulting from the SEC lawsuit against Ripple Labs late last year. On Tuesday, XRP graciously soared above the dollar price level for the first time in 3 years. That leaves us asking, how high can this coin go in 2021? Welcome to Moneyside. The Moneyside gang is growing. Guys, I'm really grateful for all your support. If you haven't joined the team yet, don't be left behind. Smash that subscribe button and let's get this money together. Now, back to today's topic. If you've been keeping up with XRP updates here on Moneyside, you will agree with me that XRP has had a roller coaster of a year, especially with its dealings with the SEC. XRP has seen a low of about 20 cents. At the same time, we just witnessed it soar above the dollar price level. XRP has had an admirable journey recovering from its stupendous 54% fall from 0.5140 to 0.2126 last year between the 21st and 22nd of December. Analysts are now saying that this is just the beginning. We could very soon hit that $2 mark. Do you think this could be a realistic price prediction for the XRP market cycle? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. How's the future looking for XRP? Whether the majority agrees or not, XRP is one of the most popular cryptocurrencies globally and has been for a couple of years. That means the investors looking at investing in the altcoin market are likely to be checking out XRP. So the future of the XRP price is a point of interest for many people. The last time XRP reached the level of 75 cents was in 2018. However, after getting the price level of 90 cents, the price retracted in an extended bear cycle that lasted for years. The lowest point for XRP was around 14 cents, which is almost 26 times lower than its $3.80 all-time high. XRP has been on track and gaining further upward traction in recent times. The asset has been on a steady rise since Monday. However, XRP seems to have hit a price correction to 93 cents. Now, with that said, let's see what the XRP community thinks about it, getting to that coveted $2 price level. The XRP community is going crazy on Twitter. Some of the most influential community members have been predicting a hard pump in the XRP price action. At Geraldo XRP tweeted, $XRP. Congratulations, after 3 years of base, make way for space. Short-term targets for XRP are 79 cents. In spite of the fact that Ripple is in the middle of a lawsuit with the SEC, there's been a strong rally in the price of XRP. After the SEC filed the lawsuit, most crypto exchanges delisted XRP for trading. That is something that may have held up XRP's gains, but it seems that would all be short-term. Market analysts are currently saying that this lawsuit will have the most negligible effect on XRP's future. As much as most Western exchanges have either banned or suspended the trading of XRP amidst the SEC investigations, traders worldwide have been rallying behind XRP through the lawsuit. In fact, traders are buying more of the XRP than ever, clearly reflecting its price. Are XRP investors tired of the SEC lawsuit? When the XRP lawsuit hit in December, the price took a severe hit, and a pretty serious one. Roughly 2 days before the SEC lawsuit, the price of XRP was precisely 60 cents. Things took a 360 turn fast, as by 22nd of December, the price had fallen to 20 cents. At the time, financial analyst and a prominent XRP critic, Francis Coppola, called the beginning of the end for Ripple and XRP token. However, it's funny how weeks after the lawsuit, XRP is on a steady climb. Why is that the case? Well, it seems like the XRP investors might as well be tired of this entire lawsuit saga. XRP investors' attitudes has constantly been changing. And can we blame them? I guess we all had it coming. But this hasn't always been the case. Right after the SEC announced the lawsuit, many people almost signed the death warrant of XRP. Sadly, so many people have not been able to enjoy the effects of the 2020-2021 XRP bull run. Now that Ripple has been slowly edging out the advantage in the courtroom battle with the SEC, investors have responded by flooding the market. And we can clearly tell that by the current XRP price. As time goes by, investors are now starting to see that most people undervalued XRP based on the lawsuit. What's the realistic prediction for this XRP market cycle? Going by the current market trend, now that the dollar mark has happened too fast, the conversation should now be more about when $2 is coming. As things are, we could be talking $2 in 2 weeks. While there is no guarantee that in fact, will happen, the possibility is there. At High Altitude INV, another influential crypto trader and XRP supporter, tweeted that it's not over yet for XRP. The price will only keep pumping higher from now henceforth. All in all, much of the path that XRP takes from now henceforth will also rely much on the trajectory of Bitcoin. The crypto king has been consolidating beneath the $60,000 level for more than a week now. And as we all know, for altcoins like XRP to perform well, we must also be able to see a lot of sideways price action from Bitcoin. What does that mean for the market? Any significant moves on Bitcoin in either direction will take away the limelight from XRP. That is because most traders will run to capitalize on the lower risk asset, and in this case, Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the technical analysis to have a clear picture of what is happening in XRP. We are looking at the local 30-minute time frame perspective. The expected bearish breakdowns I mentioned in the previous analysis initially shown up, and XRP USD moved into the lower zones of support to firstly bounce to the upside. Now, in this whole structure, I discovered some very important structural developments. XRP USD is forming that will determine the upcoming outcomes in a decisive manner. Therefore, it is important to explicate that XRP USD has several ways to go, and therefore it is necessary to keep patient on the proper confirmations. Therefore, I detected all the important levels and likely destinies we should consider in the established structure and upcoming movements ahead next times. Since XRP USD bounced from the remaining supports to the upside, it has formed a triangle formation in the structure, which also recently has shown up with a breakout to the upside, with some bullish volatility where it is now above the upper boundary of the triangle and above the 65 EMA in green, which gave the edge for further continuations. Therefore, XRP USD will likely continue to the upside till it reaches the distributional range from where a next distribution firstly is likely. When XRP USD shows up with the distribution, then it will move on till the lower levels where the next accumulation can take place. Such a movement will also confirm the main underlying wave count in the structure. When XRP USD continues with the price actions as suggested in the next times, it will be finally important of how it completes the wave count, and therefore how it maintains to bounce in the lower zones of accumulation. When XRP USD manages a sufficient bounce, in this case, it can be the origin of a great channel breakout, which will emerge when XRP USD finally moves above the upper boundary of the formation as it is marked in my chart. Such a price action will confirm the bullish descending channel breakout and will activate further continuations to the upside with approaching upside targets. For now, it will be necessary to keep patient and elevate how XRP USD develops under these circumstances. Please keep in mind, we are not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comment section below and let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and to click on that subscribe button below. Turn on notifications to get informed whenever we post our amazing content, and we'll see you in the next video.